kind of makes you feel emotional, doesn't it?
A little bit.
As we look at a place that has done so much good ministry and service over so many years, thanks to you and HAP and others and your leadership in especially in those formative years. And I kind of walk in here and I still feel sadness in a way when I think about that this building is going to come down and be replaced with for the next generation of good work that's going to happen here. And I'm sure that as you walk up and you kind of enter the building, you got to feel a little heart tug, don't you? I think of HAP.
Oh yes, he loved this place.
He did.
He really did. He just felt that this was one of God's greatest secrets, where so many different churches, religious groups, social groups, and individuals all had an opportunity to come and do and be a help. And he thought it was very special.
Yeah, and I think what a great legacy to leave behind.
Oh,
you
yes.
know, I mean, you can talk about him with joy, even though he's not here. When you come to Riviera Beach, it feels broken. It feels left behind. It feels like place doesn't matter as much because there's not a lot of buildings of beauty here. St. Mark's is making a claim that it does matter. You know, that to see some stained glass color coming through there, in a way, it matters probably more here than it does in Palm Beach Gardens. So we're going to do it right. We're going to lift the neighbor and put them into a place where they feel home. They feel respected. They feel like they matter. There's value. Yes, we want to make sure that the person living on the street has a meal in their stomachs, but that's not enough. We can do more. And if it's only a meal that's being served, then we feel like the individual coming into the facility needs to be treated with dignity and respect, the same way I would expect to be served a meal if I were going somewhere. And by having a facility that is both well-run, clean, well-managed, secure, but also dignified, there's some beauty in it, color. It is our neighbor. It's one of our closest neighbors. And come on, we all know the story, the parables of the Good Samaritan, who's our neighbor. These are our neighbors. And it's not enough to come into this community and just serve a meal, get in our car, and go home. We have many parishioners at St. Mark's who grew up here, who were baptized at St. George's. We're just going home again. And we're coming back, and we're trying to figure out how it is that we live within this community in a way that's appropriate, that's dignified, that's respectful of who's here and what's here, but also committing, not just to us right now or trying to raise some money to build a new building. We're committing St. Mark's for decades to come in this community. So we have to know our neighbor. So we're part of the neighborhood, not just outsiders coming in for a feel-good visit. I think God cares. God gave us this creation in beauty. We are literally across the street from one of the most beautiful oceans and beaches in the world. And we can't translate God's gift of beauty to the people to whom we're living with next door to each other. Really? That's the best we have to show at St. Mark's? I don't accept that. I know you people too well. I know where you live. I know how we live. It matters. So it feels to me like this should be a no-brainer for St. Mark's to come down and build. Yes, we're not building the Taj Mahal. We're not building Cathedral Church here. But we are building a place that's going to say, again, that you are as important in this world as I am. you get me crying again, you know? It's just, to me, it's so obvious. I don't even know why we're debating it. This should be easy to raise this money, come on.